Hello, good evening and welcome. Well, it's a real pleasure to be here, this beautiful space, St John's, Greenwich Village. I've heard about this place. Wanted to play here for many a long month. I'd like to say thank you to Peter and Dan for putting the show together and Denise for running house. So my name's Rupert Wates and we're going to start with a little love song. And this expresses my wonder at the state of being and my joy in being alive. This is called I'm Amazed. I don't need the mountains, I don't need the trees, I don't need the splendor of the sun that shines on me. I don't need the treasures buried out at sea. I don't need the lovely gardens of antiquity. I've traveled far, and all that I've seen left me cold, twisted and scarred. Nothing could move in my soul. But I'm amazed by your love. When I gaze in your eyes, I hope it stays with me now, and all the days of my life. Claw at me in the night, they whisper of tragedies not yet come to light. We must hold on to these precious times when I'm here by your side and you are by mine. Out on the road, though you are far from me, everywhere I go, wonder is all that I see. Better than the mountains, better than the trees, better than the splendor of the sun that shines on me, better than the treasures buried out at sea, better than the mighty temples of antiquity. I'm amazed by your love. When I gaze in your eyes, I hope it stays with me now, and all the days of my life. Yes, I'm amazed by your love. When I gaze in your eyes, I hope it stays with me now, and all the days of my life. Thanks so much, everybody. It's wonderful to have such dead silence in the room, even between songs. I sense you and I feel you. So we're going through a difficult time, I'm sure you'll all agree, and music is a wonderful tonic. And as Denise was saying to me just now, we really can't live without music. I firmly believe that. It's actually an essential of life. Anyway, we've got to keep our eyes on the prize, look ahead to the days when this terrible time that we're going through will be over, and the light will shine again and the rain will be gone. So here's a song about that shining which comes after the rains, when the rains are all gone. This is one of my oldest songs. This is called After the Rains. The eagle shakes his feathers dry, and after the rains are gone, makes his home the wide blue sky. After the rains are gone and colors waiting to amaze are open to the gentle rays of the day to come. After the rains are gone. And we will walk in clearer lights after the rains are gone. And we will see with clearer sight after the rains are gone. And when the rain dries on our cheeks to leave us on our mountain peak, then we will hear our vision speak. After the rains are gone, far from the thunder's reach, we'll hear a different song, love calling each to each. And through the mist of joy and pain, the morning bird will sing again, although the night was long. And if no trace of us remains, to say we've walked in love's domain, his will be our song. After the rains are gone. The eagle shakes her feathers dry after the rains are gone, makes her home the clear blue sky after the rains are gone. After the rains are gone. Thanks, everybody. I feel your praise. I feel your warm applause. What a wonderful thing it is to have music in our lives. Wouldn't you agree, bringing us all together on a day like this? Just outside the church here, a few blocks down the road, there are a group of people demonstrating, a large group of people demonstrating, of course, for a fairer society, put it as simply as that. And my heart's with them and everybody who believes in love as a conquering force in the world today. Love versus hate. Love will always get the better in the end. Anyway, my bit of news lately is that my partner and I just had a little baby boy 3 months ago. Little baby boy, Gabriel. And, well, in the middle of a pandemic, we see people coming and going. At one time in New York City with alarming frequency, a lot of people died. And the time will come when I have to explain to my little boy why it is and how it is that people leave us here in this life. They're not here forever. Sooner or later, we will have to say goodbye to those we love. So the image that came into my mind was that of a carousel at a carnival. Going round and round. This is the song that I wrote for him. And this is called The Carnival Waltz. All the pretty horses go round and round, painted in colors so gay, prancing and dancing while music plays. And so many people are standing in line, waiting to take a ride. Some may be happy, and some may be hurting inside. As long as the wheel keeps turning, we'll watch them all go by. Some say hello, and some
every face that is passing from us, another will always come round, and all we've lost someday will surely be found. Round and around they go, round and around they go, round and around they go. All the pretty horses go up and down, painted in their colors so gay, prancing and dancing while the music plays. Every good friend that we've lost on the way someday will come to the sound, and we are all riding the merry-go-round. Round and around we go, round and around we go, round and around we go.
Thanks, everybody. So I'm writing a new CD. In fact, I've written a new CD. It's pretty much done. Going to be recording it actually this coming Monday, if all goes well. And I devised the title for this CD about a year ago now. And the title that came into my mind was Lamentations. As you probably know, there's a book in the Bible called Lamentations, and I was thumbing through the Bible one day, which is not something I do very often, but occasionally. Hope I may make that admission in a church. And I came across the book called Lamentations. Struck me as a great name for a CD, so here goes, the title song of my new CD. This is called Lamentations, and of course, a year down the line from when I first came up with that title, it seems all the more apposite right now, but there's more to life than Lamentations, of course. This is just one side of life. Lamentations.
Once I was lovely, once I was young, once I rejoiced in the light of the sun. Once the pure waters flowed straight to my well. Now I sing lamentations to heaven and hell. The keys of the kingdom were thrown at my feet. A table was laden with all I could eat. Now I beg them to feed me through the bars of a cell, and I sing lamentations to heaven or hell. Listening from so far away to all the dim voices that whisper and pray, show us your mercy, tell us all shall be well, while we sing lamentations to heaven and hell. Once I was golden, once I was young, and I danced in the light of the moon and the sun. Now I've grown weary of the sound of the bell, and I sing lamentations to heaven and hell, and I sing lamentations to heaven or hell.
Lamentations, everybody. So we were talking about CDs. My CDs are available for purchase at my music site, which is rupertwatesmusic.com. And you go to the Buy Music page and you can buy my CDs. And I always say to people that my CDs do have nutritional value in that if you buy one of them, I will get to eat. So bear that in mind, please, when you're wondering what to do with your surplus money in the next few weeks. If you have any surplus money at all, of course. Anyway, so those are my CDs on the Buy Music page of rupertwatesmusic.com. And this is another song which came about through thinking about CD titles. Some friends of mine asked me to contribute a song towards the CD, which was going to be all about the highways of America. Its theme was to be the highways of America, because we musicians spend a lot of our time on the highways of America. I do about 50,000 miles a year, or at least I did before this crisis broke, 50,000 miles a year in my car, usually in America, sometimes in Canada, sometimes in Europe. So we know all about the highways of America, and this song is a kind of a love song to one of my favorite highways, Highway number 1 in California. So if anybody here is from California, anybody listening is from California, let me take you back to that beautiful highway that runs down the coast by the beautiful Pacific, with the warmth of California and the gentle breeze blowing through the pine trees. This is called California 1. I'm heading out on Highway 1, heading out, say you come with me, just you and me. Down the coast she rolls and winds, while the California sunlight shines on the sea. I can feel the mountain breeze, hear it singing through the redwood trees. I can taste the sweet, sweet wine, see the ocean move to its own time. Waves are breaking in the sun, I'm going where the endless rivers run. Oh, how they run on California 1. While we are standing still, time just advances over those blue, blue hills. Life surely dances. So much we lose and spill, wasting our chances to be free. I can feel the mountain breeze, hear it singing through the redwood trees. I can taste the sweet, sweet wine, see the ocean move to its own time. I'm heading out on Highway 1, heading out if you'll only come. We've just begun on California 1.
California one.
So thanks, everybody. This is like a continuous performance because there's no breaks between songs, no deafening applause, which is interesting. Almost like a theatre piece. Anyway, this is another song that I wrote for my new son. When I first heard he was going to enter the world, I began thinking about him and the kind of things that I'd like to teach him, if I'm able to teach anything at all. And one of the lessons that I have learned over the years is that the material things of life are all very well and beautiful, but it's the spirit that counts. It's emotion, imagination, compassion, empathy, these things that you can't put on paper, as it were. You can't put a price on. And there's the clock ticking away to remind me that time is running out. We're actually about halfway through the show, in fact. So this is the song that I wanted to sing to my little son, about love, I guess, essentially, as opposed to all the other temptations of this life. This is called And You Shall Have the World.
They may come to you with the promises, they may offer you fool's gold, they may lead you to the marketplace where precious jewels are bought and sold. I don't believe the lies they tell you, for their hearts are mean and cold. I put no faith in what they sell you, when they bargain for your soul. And then when they've stolen from you all you've ever owned, you will find a truer pearl. Take the hand of the one you love, and you shall have the world. Fix not your eye then on the morning sun, that quickly turns to rain. Grieve not for the passing time, or the silver moon that wanes. Reap the harvest that they bring you, and every loss will be your gain. Remember these, the words I sing you, when nothing else of me remains. When time is stolen from you all you've ever owned, you will find a truer pearl. Take the hand of the one you love, and you shall have the world. Look in the eyes of the one you love, and you shall have the world. And you shall have the world. And you shall have the world.
I think that's the rain coming down. Amazing sound. Oops, a daisy. Wouldn't it have been wonderful if I could have done my song after the rains at this very moment? That would have been too good to be true. Okay. So a word about what is going on outside the door, and I want to do one of my older songs. I wrote this song about 12 years ago now, and I wrote it after the shooting death of Sean Bell in Queens, New York City. He was shot to death by some unarmed police officers. So for obvious reasons, I would like to, obvious reasons, the song seems all more apposite and topical right now. This song's dedicated to anybody who's ever died at the hands of the police. I want to mention that Sean Bell was shot to death by undercover police officers 50 times. He was shot 50 times at close range, which I think was a fairly powerful example of excessive force. This is called 50 Shots. It was down at Juanita's place on Jamaica Avenue, where the dealers count their grams. Jimmy and his homeboys were drinking at the bar as his wedding day began. On stage, the topless girls were dancing in the lights, and the coke was changing hands. Now Jimmy liked turn-ups or two, but he never backed a gun. 50 shots will kill a man. I can still hear the sirens, I never will forget the screams, and I see the blood in all my dreams. I used to be afraid of gunfire, I'm getting used to it now. 50 shots can kill a man. Ask the cops in Queens to show you how. All night the undercover heat had been staking out the club, working hard to make their score. They put the mark on Jimmy, 'cause they didn't like his face, and they tailed him out the door. The cops nervous, he thinks maybe Jimmy was carrying a piece, and he yells, "Show me your hands." Well, Jimmy makes a sudden move, the cop reacts too fast, and 50 shots have killed a man. And there were flowers at the altar table, and Jimmy's bride-to-be was waiting at the church with all her family. But she put away the ring he bought her, she won't be wearing it now. 50 shots can kill a man. Ask the cops in Queens to show you how. The jury found the officers had fired in self-defense, and they let them all walk free. But the story isn't over yet, and blood will have blood, as anyone with eyes can see. So now I'm loading up, I'm gonna even up the score, and I'll end what they begin, and I'll take those mothers with me if I get blown away. 50 shots will kill a man. I wanna see the morning sunrise coming over the hill, but you know I never will. I used to be afraid of gunfire, I'm getting used to it now. 50 shots can kill a man. Ask the cops in Queens to show you 50 shots can kill a man. Ask the cops in Queens, they'll show you how.
All right, 50 shots. So I myself am an immigrant to this beautiful country. I became an American citizen about 18 months ago, actually, or 2 years ago now, I think it was. May of 2018, yes. I'd like to dedicate this next song to all the immigrants
who make America such a fascinating potpourri of ideas and cultures and musics and faiths and all the rest of it, for the immigrants who made America and who will continue to make America the great place that it still is and will be, he is hoping. This is called Fields of America. These are the fields that once were America, turned by immigrant plows. These are the fields they lived and loved in and made their vows. Some went to war to fight for America, and they never came home. Some gave their lives to the fields of America, and it keeps their bone. These are the streets that once were America, paved by immigrant hands. These bricks and stones speak of the memory of every laboring man. Higher they climbed as they reached for their better life, their glittering prize. These are the towers they raised in America until they touched the sky. In the fields of America, the ghost of an immigrant haunts every churchyard wall. And the streets of America ring to the echo of the days when it welcomed them all. This is the dream that once was America, paid for with blood and tears. These are the treasures we fought and died for so many years. These are the fields we gave to America, turned by immigrant plows. These are the streets we paved in America, but where is America now? Where is America now? Fields of America. Oops. All right. Listen to the sound of that rain. Isn't it beautiful? I want to continue now with a song that sort of looks back in a way towards America's past. The key moment in American history was the Dust Bowl Depression, 1932. This story takes place in 1932. It's a true story that I read in an anthology called True Tales of American Life. In the middle of the Dust Bowl, 1932, quarter of American workforce was out of a job, out of work. And the Great Depression was underway. It began in 1929 with the crash on Wall Street, which ruined most people's fortunes overnight. As if that wasn't bad enough, it was also the height of the Dust Bowl, when dust clouds 10 miles high were powering through the land in southwest of America. Texas, Oklahoma, parts of Colorado and Kansas were wiped out by and buried by dust clouds. Terrifying sight it must have been when you see one of these dark clouds coming down towards your clapboard house. People thought the world was ending. But when I read this story, it struck me how much we owe to the women of that period, the mothers, the sisters, the daughters, and the wives, who really kept the show on the road, literally, by helping us to believe that tomorrow would be better than today and would bring better things. And thanks to those women, those strong women, we're still here, and America is still looking towards tomorrow. We need those women now more than ever, that's for sure. So this is a hymn of thanks to the women of America, the strong women of America, based on a true story, a kind of a John Steinbeck story. Concerns a poor family who made their way across America on foot during the days of the Dust Bowl. This is my song based on that story. And this is called Days of Mercy. Days of Mercy.
My daddy lost his job one day when he wouldn't take a cut in pay. He couldn't find another place, even one that paid him less. So he settled into his easy chair with his dog-eared magazines until the bank took back our house, and my mama only screamed when she was a little girl. She had a dream, she found a pearl hidden in the pocket of her pants, but the pants were full of holes. When she woke, the pearl was gone, and she was only 6 years old. Hold on tight, my mama said, keep your eyes upon the sun. Faith in the road ahead, the days of mercy will surely come. When the world is blown apart in the eye of a hurricane, let strength and courage fill your hearts. Days of mercy will come again. So we sold up all we owned, we headed east in a touring car. We found a place with a plot of land down in windy Arkansas. Daddy worked on the lady's farm, but my mama heard it said he didn't work that lady's fields as much as he worked her bed. So she packed a carbon case with a single change of clothes, took the baby on her hip, told us all to follow close, and we began the long walk home to the California coast. Hold on tight, my mama said, keep your eyes upon the sun. Faith in the road ahead, the days of mercy will surely come. When the world is blown apart in the eye of a hurricane, let strength and courage fill your hearts. Days of mercy will come again. When I fainted in the heat of the Oklahoma sun, my mama led me to a stream and dipped a cloth to bathe my head. We walked all through New Mexico, and in the migrant workers' camp I learned all there was to know about the kindness of the poor. And though the children dressed in rags, they gave us everything they had. Bags of sweets with ready smiles, fresh tortilla around the fire, in the huts of rusty iron. When the baby started crying, hold on tight, my mama said, keep your eyes upon the sun. Put your faith in the road ahead, the days of mercy will surely come. When the world is blown apart in the eye of a hurricane, let strength and courage fill your hearts. Days of mercy will come again. So we finally reached L.A. Beside a lake in Lincoln Park, a man was standing all alone, throwing crumbs to feed the ducks. When are you gonna take those children home? Asked the man, and my mama said, we just walked 2,000 miles, we'll make it yet with a little luck. And then the man just looked away, he said he guessed his turn had come. He pulled out $2 bills, enough to see us right, for a can of pork and beans and some shelter for the night. Hold on tight, my mama said, keep your eyes upon the sun. Put your faith in the road ahead, the days of mercy will surely come. When the world is blown apart in the eye of a hurricane, let strength and courage fill your hearts. Days of mercy will come again. And my mama said, keep your eyes upon the sun. Put your faith in the road ahead, days of mercy will surely come. When the world is blown apart in the eye of a hurricane, let strength and courage fill your hearts. Days of mercy will come again. Hold on tight, my mama said, keep your eyes upon the sun. Put your faith in the road ahead, days of mercy will surely come. When the world is blown apart in the eye of a hurricane, let strength and courage fill your hearts. Days of mercy will come again. Thanks, everybody. Whoops, easy. I feel your presence, I feel your applause, even though I can't hear it. So here's another song dedicated to beautiful, strong women. A friend of mine runs a non-profit organisation
She's dedicated to helping young girls with their body image, learning how to love themselves, no matter how much they weigh, or what they look like, or who they love, or any of those other things that teenagers tend to give each other grief about. And this sort of ties in too with my own life lessons, if you like, because as a musician I've learned that the important thing is not the material rewards that it brings, if you like, the approbation of the world, the affirmation of the world, is not what really counts. It's our inner affirmation, our inner beauty, that makes us valuable as people, both to ourselves and to others. You may wonder why I've got so many guitars up here on stage. It's because they're all in different tunings. And this is another tuning I'm trying out. This is Dad Gad, for those guitar nuts in the audience. So I was telling you about this young girl. I imagined a young girl, and telling this story, I envisaged a young girl who lived on a desert island. For some reason, she was banished to a desert island for 3 days and 3 nights. And while there, she decided she was going to make her desert island beautiful again, even though no one ever came to visit her on her desert island. So this is called The Ballad of a Brown-Eyed Girl. She was a young girl with eyes of brown, lived 3 days all alone on an island where the wind and the rain made a pitiful sound, and the sun and the sea endlessly pound the rocks on the shore and the white sand. On the first day she wrote with a stick in the sand words of welcome to all passing sailors. But as evening fell on the very same day, the tide coming in washed her words away, while the light of the moon grew paler. On the second day she stood at her window and sang a beautiful song to the morning, but no one was there on her island to hear, and the beautiful song that she sang disappeared in the sound of the rain that kept falling. On the third day she woke and she planted the seed of a rose that would bloom in her garden. But the sun beat down and it withered the rose, for she'd chosen a place where no river flows, in a land that never gives pardon. And though none ever read what she wrote in the sand, or heard what she sang from her window, and though the rose that she planted died in her hand, for 3 days the cruel world was a lovelier land, for the brown-eyed girl had made it so. She was a young girl with eyes of brown, lived 3 days all alone on an island where the wind and the rain make a pitiful sound, and the sun and the sea endlessly pound the rocks on the shore and the white sand. Thanks so much, everybody. Oh dear. Glancing at my watch, not because I'm bored, Far from it, but I don't want to overstay my limit. I want to say a big thank you, by the way, again to Dan and Peter for organising the show today and for going to all this trouble. I don't think you can see what I can see, but there's a lot of it, very expensive-looking equipment in front of me here, which I know is probably rather expensive and takes a great deal to arrange and set up. So thanks, guys, for putting this together. Thank you for everything that you're doing in the cause of music. Once again, my CDs are for sale. It's rupertwatesmusic.com on the Buy Music page. All right. This is a song about waiting. So much of life is waiting. Waiting for romance. Waiting for success. Waiting for promotion. Waiting for my song to begin. All life seems like a long introduction. This is called Waiting to Begin. When I was a little boy, the world was like a Christmas toy. Life a game that I was sure to win, and I'm still waiting to begin. Work hard and get ahead. In time all things will come, they said. That was only so much spin, and I'm still waiting to begin. Waiting to begin. Waiting to begin. Waiting to begin. I'm still waiting to begin. I never crossed the starting line. The race has left me far behind. I'm no longer in my prime. Still the siren voices sing. They're calling from the promised land, stolen from me by some sleight of hand. Life's a shadow of the one that I planned, till I find the real thing. I'm waiting to begin. Waiting to begin. Still waiting to begin. I'm still waiting to begin. Days come and go, and all I really know is that I'm slowly getting older. No more time to waste if I to join the race. It's already halfway over. Let me do all that I intend. I'm gonna give all that I had to spend. The road is rushing towards the end, but I'm waiting to begin. Waiting to begin. Waiting to begin. Still waiting to begin. I'm still waiting to begin. Waiting to begin. Here's another little piece that I base loosely on a true story. Concerns an elderly lady who lived in one of the lonelier Midwestern states. I think it was Nebraska. And in those days, there was a train that used to run, a passenger train that used to run from the Pacific all the way to Milwaukee. They called it the Old Milwaukee. And this lady that I was talking about, she developed a kind of a romantic fixation on the train and on the people who worked on the train, and in particular on the handsome driver and the handsome conductor. So this is a sort of song, a song for lonely people, if you like. For lonely people. This is called Miss Burgoyne and the Old Milwaukee. Now the time lies heavy on my hands. I often walk beside the place where the old Milwaukee Railroad used to pass. The tracks all torn up long ago. A
few planks are left from the old depot, scattered among the weeds and the prairie grass. And in my mind a figure still sits on a platform in gathering dusk, in the clothes they made before the First World War, waiting around for the train to arrive in a fury of steam and whistle blows, and the conductor holding open the carriage door. The conductor holding open the carriage door. Her name was Edith, behind her back to her face she was Miss Burgoyne, and she lived with her parents in a modest bungalow, teaching piano to the neighborhood kids, 50 cents an hour to listen and smile as we stumbled through our scales and arpeggios. And whether it was her air of reserve, or her spinster's clothes, or her foreign name, or her college degree class in 1928, but whenever we ran out of games to play, we could always laugh at Miss Burgoyne and some of her stranger personality traits. Some of her stranger personality traits. It was in the summer of 35, as I recall, when the change began, and Edith first boarded the Milwaukee train. A 10-minute ride to the next stop on the line, and there she'd descend, and come a rain or shine, she'd walk 5 miles home again. 3 times a week, each week for a year, she rode the train alone, but why? None of us could ever understand. But I heard it said by others who were there, the conductor was a handsome man. He was a brown-eyed and very handsome man. So the years flew by and Edith's parents died, and she sold up and moved away to Iowa. The rumor went with a married man, but others said she died alone in bitterness and poverty on a barren farm with intractable land. But in my mind a figure still sits on a platform in gathering dusk, in the clothes they made before the First World War, waiting alone for the train to arrive in a fury of steam and whistle blows, and the conductor holding open the carriage door. The conductor holding open the carriage door. So I'd like to continue with another minor key ballad, and this is for all the people who leave us too soon for whatever reason, and we don't want them to go. This is called Don't Leave Me Now. Don't leave me now, when your face is as pale as the dawn, and the colors of daylight become you better than any you've worn. Don't leave me now, when time is a blade that can kill. Don't leave me now, when you know how much I love you still. Don't leave me here in a sad and dirty cafe. Take me back to the evening we met, when we found so much to say. Tell me again how we climbed to the top of the hill, with the valley below and the time of our lives all ahead of us still. Open your eyes and I'll show you what you've longed to see. I will stand by your side as the man that I always wanted to be. Give me your hand, and with fingers as warm as the day, I will banish the tears from your eyes, and I'll conjure the darkness away. And then, when the tree is full grown from the seed that we've sown, with our hearts and our bones, we will lie in its shade, you and me, and the love that we made. And if the rain should fall through the branches above, we'll remember how hard it rained the day we first fell in love. Open your eyes, and I'll show you what you've longed to see. I will stand by your side as the man that I always promised to be. Give me your hands, and with fingers as warm as the day, I will banish the tears from your eyes, and I'll conjure the darkness away. Don't leave me now, we could find our way home, I swear. I will fix what is broken inside, and I will carry us there. Don't leave me now, all I can do to save us I will. Don't leave me now when you know how much I love you still. Don't leave me now and I'll show you how much I love you still. Don't leave me now, tell me you love me still.
So it's been a pleasure to play for everybody today. I do hope you've enjoyed the show. Please buy a CD if you haven't already done so. rupertwatesmusic.com. Buy music. So as we are in a church today, in case you hadn't noticed, I thought this would be a suitable number to end with. Thanks again to Peter and Dan. Please follow River Spirit Music and Voices in the Heights to hear good live music and keep music alive, because we need music now more than ever. Thanks to everybody here at St John's for enabling me to come and play for you today. So here's a song which dedicated to all of us. This is a song called Prayer. I'd like us all to think about people we know and love who might be in need of a prayer right now. There's always too many. This is called Prayer, and it goes out for everybody who doesn't have a prayer tonight.
Here's to you and here's to me, here's to all we've ever seen, to all to come and all that's been. Here's to all we ever shared, to our fathers and to our heirs, to all people everywhere, when they haven't got a prayer. Here's to the young and here's to the old, to the body and to the soul, to all whose stories are still untold. Here's to the lightness and here's to the weight, to the gay and to the straight, to all who die too soon or were born too late. Here's to our enemies and here's to our friends, to the river that never ends. Here's to the sinners and here's to the born again. Here's to the black and here's to the white, to the left and to the right. Here's to the evening and here's to the morning light, coming into sight. and to the poor. Here's to the sea, and here's to the shore. Here's to all people everywhere. When they haven't got a prayer, 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 when they haven't got a prayer. Here's to the cop, and here's to the priest, to the west and to the east. Here's to all they bring to the feast. Here's to the lion, and here's to the lamb. Here's to the beast in the heart of man. Here's to the house on rock and the house on sand. Here's to the heart and to the head, to the living and to the dead. Here's to the joy and to the tears we've shed. Here's to the thirst and here's to the lust, to the future and to the past. Here's to all who've ever raised their glass anytime we asked. To the moon and to the sun, to all we lost and all we won. Here's to all people everywhere. When you haven't got a prayer, 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 when you haven't got a prayer. Thanks, everybody. See you all again. Take care. From River Spirit Music and Voices in the Heights, from St. John's in the Village and Rupert Wates, see you all again soon. Thank you and good night.